Hey guys, what is happening? I hope you guys are having a really awesome day today. And it is a gorgeous day here in Charlotte and it's 67 degrees. And for all of you watching this video that are maybe thinking of moving here from the colder parts of the country, I can promise you that you will absolutely love the weather here because it's the middle of January, guys, and these warm days are pretty common for this time of year. So get on over here to Charlotte and enjoy some of this warm weather with me. All right, guys, so I've got 3 pieces of information today that potentially show some really good signs that maybe, and just maybe, we are starting to turn the corner. And could things possibly be getting better for you guys out there, the buyers I'm talking about? I really hope so, and we're going to unpack it all right now. Hey, and welcome back to the channel. Now, I told you that we had 3 pieces of really good news that came out this morning, so let's go ahead and dive right in and take a look at what's going on. An article from MarketWatch says, more evidence inflation is slowing. Wholesale prices post biggest drop since 2020. It goes on to say that U.S. wholesale prices sank 0.5% in December, mostly due to cheaper food and gasoline, extending a string of low readings and adding further proof that high inflation is fading. It says it was the biggest decline since April of 2020 when the U.S. economy shut down to try to contain the coronavirus. It goes on to say that the increase in wholesale prices over the past 12 months, meanwhile, slowed to 6.2% from 7.3% in the prior month and a peak of 11.7% last spring, and that's the lowest level in 9 months. Without getting into a complete economic lesson here, here's what you really need to know. So the interest rate hikes by the Fed over the last 12 months, they're really starting to show a reduction in the prices of certain categories of goods and services, which it ultimately means that inflation is starting to retreat. So for example, the article shows that the wholesale cost of energy tumbled almost 8% in December due to falling oil prices. It also says, in another good sign, the cost of food sank 1.2% to mark the largest decline in 2 years. And to show you the trend on wholesale inflation, let's look at this graph. As you can see, in March of 2022, it peaked at 11.6%, and in December, it had fallen to 6.2%. And with that, it brings us to mortgage rates. So here's the deal, guys. When inflation decreases, mortgage rates tend to follow suit. But before we get there, if this is your first time to the channel and we haven't met yet, my name is Brian Taylor and I'm the owner of Dreamline Realty right here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And guys, if you want to stay up to date on everything that is happening in the real estate market here in Charlotte in real time, consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out on any future videos that I put out every single week. And if you are a returning viewer to my channel, I thank you so much for tuning into this one. All right, so let's talk about mortgage rates. So CNBC released this article this morning as well, and it reads this: mortgage demand jumps nearly 28% in 1 week as interest rates drop to their lowest point in months. Now, here are some key points from this article. It says mortgage rates are at the lowest level since September, and that is bringing new demand into the mortgage market. It goes on to say that the average contract interest rate for a 30-year fixed mortgage decreased last week to 6.23% from 6.42%. Now, I want you to keep those numbers in mind because these rates are actually showing that it's old news. So I say that because of this. Remember, we just talked about this wholesale inflation coming down. Well, that has a direct impact on mortgage rates in most cases. And when the inflation news was released this morning, the bond market pretty much had a field day, and today's 30-year fixed rate for Mortgage News Daily has dropped to 6.04%. And guys, we could be very close to seeing these interest rates getting back into the 5s. And that would be some really amazing news for a lot of buyers out there right now. And hey, if you like this video and you're enjoying the content that I'm providing to you guys today, do me a huge favor and give the video a like. That really helps me grow my channel, and I would appreciate that. And again, if you want to keep up to speed on everything that's happening here in Charlotte in real time, consider subscribing by simply tapping on that subscribe button down there below. And if you're wondering where I am today, I am hanging out here at Farmington, which is a brand new community located on the Charlotte-Harrisburg line right next to Interstate 485 and off of Rocky River Road. And this community, guys, is going to be amazing as Taylor Morrison and Tri-Point Homes are in here building out here. We've got townhomes and single-family homes. There's going to be tons of retail, shopping, and restaurants right here within the neighborhood. And if you're familiar with Burkdale and Huntersville, the same kind of concept is what they have in mind out here for this neighborhood. Okay, so the last thing I want to share with you guys today is another article from CNBC that says homebuilder sentiment rises in January for the first time in a year thanks to lower mortgage rates. So guys, here's another positive piece of news, and let's take a look at a couple sections of the article. It says builder sentiment in the single-family housing market posted an unprecedented gain in January, rising for the first time in 12 months. Economists predicted a slight decline. It continues saying, sentiment rose 4 points to 35 on the National Association of Builders / Wells Fargo Housing Market Index. It says anything below 50 is still considered negative sentiment. The metric stood at 83 in January of 2022. And finally, it appears the low point of builder sentiment in the cycle was registered in December, even as many builders continue to use a variety of incentives, including price reductions to bolster sales, says Jerry Conter. He goes on to say that the rise in builder sentiment also means that cycle lows for permits and starts are likely near, and a rebound for home building could be underway later in 2023. So there you go, guys. Some really good news coming out today that hopefully will turn the tables in a positive direction going forward. Now, we're still not out of the woods on this thing by any stretch, but things certainly could be looking up from here. And if you like to check out new construction neighborhoods like the one that I'm hanging out at today, be sure to check out our newest YouTube channel that we just released about 2 weeks ago. The channel is called Brand New Charlotte Homes, and we started this channel to focus 100% on new construction. And my business partner and son-in-law, Will Simino, we are putting out at least 3 videos a week of all of the new construction neighborhoods across the whole greater Charlotte area. And I've put a link in the video description below to that new channel. Go ahead and click on that and check us out over there. And guys, if you need my help in your home search, give me a call, shoot me a text, or better yet, by far my favorite, schedule a Zoom call with me so we can put a face to a name, talk about your situation and your timeline. And there's a link to my calendar in the video description below as well. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that now so you can keep up to speed on all the market changes happening here in Charlotte. And finally, if you want to check out my latest video that I did where Zillow is ranking Charlotte as the #1 hottest housing market in 2023, I'll put that one right up here on the screen for you as well. So guys, thanks so much for watching, and as always, make it a great day.